or about chapter 21, talks about cities and pasture lands allotted to Levi. It says, Then the heads of the fathers' houses of the Levites came to Eleazar the priest, and to Joshua the son of Nun, to the heads of the fathers' houses of the tribes of the people of Israel. And they said to them, At Shiloh in the land of Canaan, the Lord commanded through Moses that we be given cities to dwell in, along with their pasture lands for our livestock. So by command of the Lord, the people of Israel gave to the Levites the following cities and pasture lands out of their inheritance. The lot came out for the clans of the Kohathites. So those Levites who were descendants of Aaron the priest received by lot from the tribes of Judah, Simeon, and Benjamin 13 cities. The rest of the Kohathites received by lot from the clans of the tribe of Ephraim, from the tribe of Dan, and the half tribe of Manasseh 10 cities. The Gershonites received by lot from the clans of the tribe of Issachar, from the tribe of Asher, from the tribe of Naphtali, from the half tribe of Manasseh and Bashan 13 cities. The Merarites, according to their clans, received from the tribe of Reuben, the tribe of Gad, and the tribe of Zebulun 12 cities. These cities and their pasture land the people of Israel gave by lot to the Levites, as the Lord had commanded through Moses. Out of the tribe of the people of Judah and the tribe of the people of Simeon, they gave the following cities mentioned by name, which went to the descendants of Aaron, one of the clans of the Kohathites who belonged to the people of Levi, since the lot fell to them first. They gave them Kiriath Arba, Arba being the father of Anak, that is Hebron, in the hill country of Judah, along with the pasture lands around it. But the fields of the city and its villages had been given to Caleb the son of Jephunneh as his possession. And to the descendants of Aaron the priest they gave Hebron, the city of refuge, for the manslayer with its pasture lands, Libnah with its pasture lands, Jatir with its pasture lands, Eshtemoa with its pasture lands, Holon with its pasture lands, Debra with its pasture lands, Ain with its pasture lands, Juttah with its pasture lands, Beth Shemesh with its pasture lands, 9 cities out of these 2 tribes. Then out of the tribe of Benjamin, and Gibeon with its pasture lands, Geba with its pasture lands, Anathoth with its pasture lands, and Alman with its pasture lands, for 4 cities. The cities of the descendants of Aaron, the priest, were in all 13 cities with their pasture lands. As to the rest of the Kohathites belonging to the Kohathite clans of the Levites, the cities allotted to them were out of the tribe of Ephraim. To them were given Shechem, the city of refuge for the manslayer, with its pasture lands, and the hill country of Ephraim, Gezer with its pasture lands, Kibsam with its pasture lands, Beth Horon with its pasture lands, 4 cities out of the tribe of Dan, Eltik with its pasture lands, Gibbethon with its pasture lands, Ajalon with its pasture lands, Gath-Rimmon with its pasture lands, 4 cities, and out of half the tribe of Manasseh, Tanakh with its pasture lands, and Gath-Rimmon with its pasture lands, 2 cities. The cities of the clans of the rest of the Kohathites were 10, all with its pasture lands. To the Gershonites, one of the clans of the Levites, were given half the tribe of Manasseh, Golan and Bashan with its pasture lands, the city of refuge for the manslayer, and Be-Shetorah with its pasture lands, 2 cities. Out of the tribe of Ishkar, Kishan with its pasture lands, Deborah with its pasture lands, Jarmuth with its pasture lands, and Ganim with its pasture lands, 4 cities. And out of the tribe of Asher, Mishal with its pasture lands, Abnon with its pasture lands, Hel Kadath with its pasture lands, and Rehab with its pasture lands, 4 cities. Out of the tribe of Naphtali, Kadesh in the Galilee with its pasture lands, a city of refuge for the manslayer, Hamath-Ador with its pasture lands, and Carton with its pasture lands, 3 cities. Cities of several clans of the Gershonites were in all 13 cities with their pasture lands. To the rest of the Levites, the Merathite clan were given out of the tribe of Zebulun, Jokneam with its pasture lands, Karta with its pasture lands, Dimna with its pasture lands, and Nahalal with its pasture lands, 4 cities. And out of the tribe of Reuben, Bezer with its pasture lands, Jahad with its pasture lands, Kedathmoth with its pasture lands, and Mephath with its pasture lands, 4 cities. And out of the tribe of Gad, Ramoth, and again Galilee with its pasture lands, a city of refuge for the manslayer, Mahanam with its pasture lands, Heshbon with its pasture lands, Jazer with its pasture lands, 4 cities in all. As for the cities of several Meramite clans, that is, the remainder of the clans of the Levites, those a lot of them were in all 12 cities. The cities of the Levites in the midst of the possession of the people of Israel were in all 48 cities of their pasture lands. These cities each had its pasture lands around it, so it was with all these cities. Thus the Lord gave to Israel all the land that he swore to give to their fathers. and they took possession of it, and they settled there. And the Lord gave them rest on every side, just as He had sworn to their fathers. Not one of their enemies had withstood them, for the Lord had given all their enemies into their hands. Not one word of all the good promises the Lord had made to the house of Israel had failed. All came to pass. Pretty much, whatever God says He's going to do, He will do, in His timing, not ours. So, anyway, that's chapter 21. Talks about cities and pasture lands allotted to Levi. So, that's chapter 21. We'll be right with chapter 22 in a minute.